All right. As we ready on up here, getting ready to hop on down in for round 2 of 5 against Mayville. Griz Maroon coming in strong with the 8-point system, tossing it on in here. Alrighty. As we load on in, getting ready to spectate, tossing on down, everything's pre-set up. We're gonna throw it on down, getting ready to go strong into the night for round 2. 5 minutes put on the clock, and the kickoff begins, where Rubber Goose and Vaca Flocka go head-and-head against the ball there. Cogtray goes and catches it from the blue side, tossing it over to Heads in the corner, who goes on a nice little reset from Flowery Chimp here as he tosses it against the blue side, and he doesn't quite hit the ball, but last boneless coming in strong, and Rubber Goose trying to make a nice play as they 1-2-3 it up, but Vaca Flocka with the save, and Heads tosses it on over, trying to get the goal in, and there's Vaca Flocka with the backup assist, throwing it into the goal. Heads going in, and they came to a stalemate in the corner against Boneless there, and Heads tossed it in from a sideways angle, not quite getting that diagonal they needed, so Vaca Flocka came in with the sweet assist and secured the goal. Here we see the head-to-head start off on the kickoff, and Cogtray bringing it into the goal here, and Vaca Flocka taps it off the wall to try to make a nice dribble over to the orange side, but alas, they were contested, and Heads bringing it back to the orange side as Heads goes in with Cogtray. Cogtray making a nice shot from center court, tossing it on down through, bringing a nice, amazing second goal there, tossing right on there through as Rubber Goose just couldn't quite make it to the goal. Wow. Here we are, third kickoff of the game. Cogtray and Flowery Chimp popping it on down. Cogtray goes, tries to toss it on up there, but alas, Boneless ties him out and bumps it on over. Heads goes and catches it back into the corner here with Flowery going and contesting him, but Vaca Flocka goes with the goal out of nowhere. Coming in from downtown, here we see Heads in the corner here, tossing it on over, and he brings it right into center field where Vaca Flocka was waiting, ready for him. Alright, off to a great start. Flowery Chump throwing it on off and getting a score for Mayville. What an amazing shot right there. Passing it on over, popped it over Heads as he didn't quite make it on the ball. Oh my Che. I'm pretty sure that's 20 push-ups indeed. Wow. Here we are going. Boneless tossing it on over yet again. Heads going for the corner catch right there as they shot it over the blue side off on the kickoff yet again. Rubber Goose over here tossing it on down. Heads tossing it over, trying to get a nice little back recall. Vaca Flocka with a nice little shot. And here's Heads and Vaca off on the top here. Heads tapping it in finally as they did a nice jump on down there. Wow. Vaca with the tap to keep the ball up in there off the ricochet with a nice little tap over to Heads to secure the 4th point of the match. 3 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock with a Vaca and Goose heading on up in the kickoff. Boneless paint in the corner here with Flowery trying to get nice little contesting pressure as Heads and Vaca tossing it on down. And here we see we're bringing it on over as Cogtray in the corner, bringing it over to center field where Vaca Flocka's waiting. And here we see it back in the corner here. Flowery Chimp is getting a nice little back and forth. Heads tossing it on up here where Boneless in the corner shoots it back over to blue side. Vaca denies him the opportunity to hold on to the ball, and Cogtray with a nice little pinch maneuver against the team, keeping it over here onto the orange side. Vaca Flocka tossing it on down. Flowery Chimp bringing it over to center field. It's now on blue side, but Cogtray tosses it back over, almost making another shot, but Rubber Goose with a nice save. Heads is here with Vaca Flocka in the center field, tossing on down. Cogtray with a nice catch on the center court as he throws it on over. Heads gets a score off the wall, bringing it home to the goal. He tossed it on over. Cogtray was throwing it to Heads, who made the nice wall bounce off shot to the side goal. Wow, what an amazing play. Here we are off to a good start. Vaka Flocka and Boneless coming at it strong and denying each other a shot at the ball. Cogtray throws it on over, almost making another shot. And Vaka Flocka bops the ball over onto the center field on the ceiling there. Heads is bringing it down and around. Cogtray is throwing it in. Vaka Flocka is now set up with Heads over on the side here. Heads goes and he's gonna knock this ball over to a pass to Vaka. He misses the ball for a fake over to Cogtray. The ball taps on over here onto the ground, throwing it over to blue side, and a nice shot from Flowery Chimp, bringing it on down. Wow. Here we see Flowery, he topped it over, did a nice little swerve maneuver to bring it out and around town there. 2 points for Mayville now as the 5.2 minute 12 second on the clock. Cogtray tops it on over. Rubber Goose gets a nice little defensive play as he goes on into Vaka Flocka and Boneless tapping it back and forth. Flowery Chimp is here getting ready for the center field catch. Rubber Goose is here with Cogtray, however, he taps it over Cogtray. Heads on the wall, bumping up the ball with an aerial dribble. He throws it off the wall to ricochet into the center. But alas, Vaka couldn't quite make a shot as they were double committed in the defense for Mayville. Tossing it on over from center court, bringing it downtown, almost making another shot, trying to secure it. Back and forth here. Here we see Flowery Chimp bringing it on over. Cogtrace throwing it across the goal there. Vaka not quite able to make it in time. Heads throwing it on down here. And Vaka with the secure on the goal. Sends it in there. Very nice indeed. All right, what a nice tap-in pass Vaka and Heads did. Oh my Che-Che, folks. All right, here we are hopping on in. Heads with a nice kickoff start over to Boneless Paint in the corner, who tosses it back to blue side. Cogtray with the catch over to the wall where Heads and Vaka are waiting for it. Heads goes ahead and takes it to the wall, and he pops it on over and down to the ceiling for a nice aerial play. Flowery goes and brings it back to him with the heat, tossing it over. Cogtray brings it on down to orange side with a minute left on the clock. Heads taps with a double tap off the wall, bringing it to him, ricocheted into the goal. Heads went and he jumped up, catched that ball off the corner, shot back into himself to make a nice play. What an amazing shot from Heads right there. Sending it to him, 7-2, 56 on the clock. Off to the kickoff goes. Vaka Flocka and Heads jumping on down. Heads throwing it into the center field where Cogtray goes and tries to catch the ball. Vaka Flocka tossing it on over to Rubber Goose, who makes a nice defensive goal shot play. Rubber Goose goes here and he tried to make a shot where Heads denied him. Cogtray bringing it out of the corner, bringing it down, tossing it with Vaka Flocka, taking the save. Boneless Paint bumping Heads, tossing him out, and Boneless Pant gets a score! There we go! Oh my Che-Che, look at this. Rubber Goose tossed it on over where Boneless jumped up to bump it over the other players and making a goal for Mayville. Very nice, very nice. All right, here we are to the next kickoff where Vaka Flocka sends it to him over on the side here. Vaka Flocka with a nice little play in the corner as Cogtray tosses it on down to Heads, who jumps it against the back wall here, almost making a goal. Griz just barely don't quite secure that. Boneless Paint getting a nice little ball ricochet off of Cogtray there as it jumped back in. 5 seconds left on the clock. Rubber Goose pops it up into the ceiling. Heads throws it on down. It's on the ground. Throwing on over. Boneless might go ahead and catch the ball right there. Tossing it onto the ground, however, as Maroon takes the second game for the night.